औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलामु अलैकुम दोस्तों साथियों. uh, Today we are doing a poem by Ted Hughes. It is Snowdrop. Very interesting poem. I personally love this poem because this is full of meanings. This is full of wisdom. Personally, I have developed a kind of unconditional love for this person, Ted Hughes. He was he was born Edward James Hughes. His actual name, Edward James Hughes, 1930, in West region of Yorkshire. English poet he is, and his father William James participated in World War First. His account on fighting in World War First made a permanent impression on the memory of Ted Hughes. Means his father's fight. He was a war veteran, First World War veteran, and then also may have participated in World War Second, and this left an indelible mark or an impression on the mind of the poet, since he developed his love with animals right from his childhood. So his love for animals is reflected in his poems. He was influenced by Wordsworth, Dylan Thomas. He was 20th first century. He was 20th century poet, a very great poet. He wrote many plays even for children. He's also called a children's poet, or so he's also called animal poet. But to limit him to the poet of animals will be an injustice, because I understand his poem Rain, Hawk in the Rain, or Hawk Roosting. These are two important poems in his poetic volume, or poetic analog. So to limit him to the animal poets or animal poet will be an injustice to him, because in the hawk in the rain, or hawk roosting, mainly in the hawk in the rain, I understand a different perspective of this person. It's actually Hitler inside a person, which he compares or imagines that the hawk is looking for for its prey, and it's very keen to look for its prey. Then it has different connotations, different meanings, different people interpret it in a different way. But I think to limit him to the animal poet will be an injustice to him. Let's see what in this poem he has gone all about. He is a poet who is narrating a different tale of nature, as Wordsworth is giving a concept of soothing, concept of nature in soothing terminology. According to Wordsworth, nature has an appeasing effect on humans, or nature is always on the positive side. Nature has not any backdrop. But this person narrates the other side of the nature, that he says nature is not always beautiful, nature is not always soothing, it's also terrible. So he gives a term, terrible beauty. So if we take this poem up, we will see how he is portraying the picture of nature, when rest of the nature poets portray it in a different way, but this person portrays different side of the nature. Now the globe, let me read the text, we'll get it is full with techniques, figures of speech. and very very interesting point. Now the globe is shrunk tight around the mouse's dull wintering heart. Weasel and crow, as if modeled in brass, move through an outer darkness, not in their right minds. With other deaths, she too pursues her ends, brutal as the stars of this month, her pale head heavy as metal. Okay, let's go for its explanation. Now, the globe is shrunk tight. This globe is metaphoric to the snowdrop, or it's a flower, white flower. Uh, Now the globe is shrunk tight. This is the season of winter, and the globe is all around shrunk. The globe has shrunk so tight that the globe is shrunk tight round the mouse's dulled wintering heart. Round the mouse's dulled wintering heart means around the hole in which the house lives. It has reduced the heartbeat of the mouse. Globe shrunk tight. This is a metaphor. This is metaphorically used. The snowdrop has been metaphorically used here to the globe, because both the things are of the same shape, round. Around the mouse's dull wintering heart. Dull wintering heart means the winter is the mouse is, as we know, mouse in the winter season just hides itself in the hole in which it dwells. Around the mouse's dull wintering heart, the low palpitating heart, the heartbeat of the this mouse has got reduced. Weasel and crow, as if molded in brass. Two more animals. Weasel is a mammal with a brown fur, and crow, as we know, as if molded in brass. The two other animals, the weasel and crow, they look as if they have been modeled by brass, with brass. Brass is an element, it's an allay. It's a coat done on something looks like the frost. It has the color as the frost has, or as the frost has in the winter. All the three animals, the mouse, the weasel, and the crow, they all look as if they are toys. They are lifeless. They don't have feelings. They don't have energy to move. They look as if they are toys. They are lifeless. Weasel and crow, as if molded in brass, as if they have been coated with brass. They have been coated with brass. Move through an outer darkness. Move through an outer darkness. That as if they want to move through this outer darkness, not in their right minds. They are not in their right moods. They are not in their senses. They are in utter frustration. They don't even have they don't, their minds don't work as it works in the summer season. Move through an outer darkness. This is the terrible part of the beauty of nature in the winter, in which winter has been. The poet does not portray summer. The poet portrays the harsh side of the nature. That's the winter. The winter is always chilly. It's always pain giving. So he says, not in their right minds. These animals are not in their right minds. They are not feeling well. There's something wrong with them, because they are not able to they are not able to pick or go in search of food, because whatever they would get in terms of food is not available. The world has got shrunk tight, and all around is snow, and snow is not something where we can get food easily. So he says, weasel and crow as if moored in brass, move through an outer darkness, not in their right minds. They are not in their right minds. And in the first instance, there is a there's a figure of speech we call metaphor. Globe shrunk tight. This is a metaphor. The globe and the snowdrop have been metaphorically juxtaposed, and then around the masses due to wintering heart, whistle and crow as if modeled here, as if modeled in. If you have pen in your hand and notebook before you, you can just pick from this text. You can just pick as if molded in brass. This is again a simile. Move through an outer darkness, not in their right minds. They are not in their right minds. These animals are not in their right minds. They have actually lost the feelings. They have actually lost the senses. They are in utter frustration. With other deaths, she too pursues her ends. With other deaths, here it's again a kind of this figure of speech is called personification, where human pronouns are used with animals or with non-living things. So she too pursues her ends. This winter is able to achieve its end. The end is the snowdrop is able to achieve its end. How it achieves its ends? Brutal as if of the stars of this month. It looks like the stars in this month are, we say that in the sky, the stars are during the darkness of the night. They guide to the animals to take their ways. So when this snow, when moonlight falls on this snow, it starts glowing, it starts brightening, it starts shining. So it acts like the stars of this month. Why these are brutal brutal as the stars of this month? This is again a figure of speech in which human qualities, human emotions are put into non-living things. Her pale head heavy as metal. Her pale head heavy as metal means the snowdrop is, when it loses itself, its pale head, weakness, heavy as metal, as it's very heavy. It goes when it drops down. It's having some weight or some mass that's attracted by earth. So her pale head heavy as metal. Again, one more figure of speech has been used here in this line. Her pale head heavy as metal. H in the first word, and then H in the third word, and then H in the fourth word. So H, her head heavy. This is the repetition of the consonant sound is called alliteration in poetry. So it is alliteration. This poetic technique is called alliteration. So here the poem ends, but Ted Hughes is actually trying to portray the dark side, or the brutal side of the nature, portraying the picture of nature that is not always soothing, that's not always appealing, that's not always attractive, that's sometimes very, very pain-giving, very, very troublesome. Thank you very much. Inshallah, in the next lecture, next video, we'll meet again tomorrow. Till then, thank you very much.